Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be back on Warhammer 40,000 lore. We're going to be talking about the original 9 Traitor Legions and what they're up to right now. So it's just going to be a quick overview on what's going on in the 40k setting with these legions. I'll get in depth with each individual one in a separate video, but for now we're just going to do a quick overview and we'll have a quick discussion. Alright, let's get into it. The Black Legion, led by Ezekiel Abaddon, based in the Eye of Terror and following Chaos Undivided. The Black Legion is currently the largest warband of Chaos Space Marines. Formed after the defeat of the Sons of Horus during the Horus Heresy, the Legion was remade by the former First Captain Ezekiel Abaddon near the conclusion of the Legion Wars in the Eye of Terror. It includes a substantial portion of the former Sons of Horus alongside traitor Astartes from all walks of life. The Black Legion sees itself not as the successor of Horus and his legion, but as a new army to continue the long war and to succeed where he had failed in deposing the Emperor from the Imperium. They have successfully had 13 Black Crusades where they have gathered the other legions together to fight under one banner for a while, and have since then created the Cicatrix Maledictum, which is a great warp rift that spans the entirety of the galaxy and has cut half of it off into darkness. The World Eaters, led by Angron. They do not have a home planet, and they worship the blood god Khorne. This legion was amongst the first to turn traitor during the Horus Heresy. Already known for their peerless martial savagery, thanks in part to the effects of the psychosurgical implants known as the Butcher's Nails that most of their members have possessed, the World Eaters would eventually devolve into a legion of blood-crazed maniacs dedicated to the chaos god of Khorne, glorying in the violence and slaughter, and with no other purpose than spilling blood and taking skulls in the name of their god. After the catastrophic battle of Scalathrax, they were scattered into disparate warbands, and have rarely fought as a unified legion since, but will heed the call of their lord, Angron. The Thousand Sons, led by Magnus the Red. They live on the planet of the Sorcerers in the Eye of Terror, and their Patreon god is Tzeentch. After the loss of the Horus Heresy, the Thousand Sons relocated to the planet of the Sorcerers in the Eye of Terror, and dedicated itself to the chaos god of change, sorcery, and magic, Tzeentch. For a time it appeared that Tzeentch protected the Thousand Sons from the corruption and fragmentation that most of the other traitor legions underwent. But eventually the Legion went through a crisis of mutation and de-evolution, seemingly at the wish of their patron god. Their chief sorcerer, Ahriman, cast a powerful spell designed to render the Thousand Sons immune to the warping effects of chaos. While the spell did succeed in this goal, it had unforeseen consequences of transforming the mutated and weaker powered Thousand Sons into little more than mystically animated suits of armor barely capable of being termed as anything more sentient than automaton, with the only surviving cognizant members being those incredibly strong with psychic powers. The Thousand Sons are now a legion of ghosts led by the damned. The Death Guard, led by Mortarion. They live on the Plague Planet in the Eye of Terror and worship the god Nurgle. After Barbarous was destroyed during the Horus Heresy, the Death Guard relocated to the Plague Planet inside the Eye of Terror. Because of their old homeworld's toxic environment, the Death Guard took great pride in their resistance to poisons, disease, and mortality in general. This fascination led them to the worship of the chaos god Nurgle, and in return, he infests their armor with pestilence and disease, and even elevated Mortarion to a demon prince. The Death Guard is organized into units of foot-slogging infantry rather than the mechanized squads. Mortarion ensured that his men were well equipped and highly trained. He also ensured that they could fight in almost any kind of atmosphere, and placed little emphasis on specialized units such as jump packs or bikes. The Death Guard did not have any dedicated assault or tactical squads. Every Marine was equipped with the bolter, bolt pistol, and close combat weapon and told to fight with whatever weapon circumstance dictated. The Legion was also well known for its use of Terminator armor. Possibly as a result of this, the Death Guard were highly successful at high-risk boarding and close-quarter operations, such as space hulk clearances. The Emperor's children, led by Fulgrim, they live on the planet of Harmony in the Eye of Terror, and their patron god is Slaanesh. When Horus was defeated, the Emperor's children left a trail of depopulated worlds in their wake as they fled to the Eye of Terror. They were one of the first legions to begin raiding imperial worlds for captives and plunder. Their excesses knew no limits, and raiding alone could not fuel their ever more boundless depravities. In their unrestrained fervor, they soon took to capturing the slaves and servants of other traitor legions, triggering a series of wars within the Eye of Terror. At some point during this period, Fulgrim disappeared from the legion, rumored to have retreated to a pleasure planet gifted to him by Slaanesh. As the wars against the other traitor legions intensified, the Emperor's children soon exhausted their supply of slaves and began to prey on the only victims they had ready access to, each other. Lacking any form of leadership, the ensuing bloodshed on Harmony shattered the Emperor's children as a unified legion and splintered them into many warbands. After the Legion War had ended, all the legions resumed their raids on the Imperium, with the Emperor's children proving the most successful in this pursuit. At some point, certain warband leaders of the Legion banded together to form the Phoenix Conclave, a grouping of the splintered remnants led by the Lord Commander Primus Eidolon, aimed at restoring the Legion to its former glory. By the time of the Great Rift, it is said that the Emperor's children are more unified than they have ever been, with rumors that their Primarch has returned to them. The Wordbearers, led by Lorgar, on the planet Sikaris in the Eye of Terror. They are Chaos Undivided. They were the first of the 9 legions which betrayed the Emperor, becoming the first known Chaos Space Marines, pledging their allegiance to their Primarch Lorgar and to Chaos Undivided. Known for their extreme religious fervor, even before their conversion to Chaos, the Wordbearers are some of the most fanatical Chaos Marines, notable for using Dark Apostles, a corrupted version of the Space Marine chaplains, to inspire their Marines and cultist allies alike in battle. From the daemon world of Sikaris, Lorgar stays locked away in meditation, and it has not been seen since the failure of the Horus Heresy. Unlike many of the other traitor legions, the Wordbearers have remained a unified, if loosely organized, military force, the main ruling body of which is known as the Dark Council, which rules in Lorgar's absence. The Iron Warriors, led by Traitor, on the homeworld of Menjengard in the Eye of Terror. They follow Chaos Undivided. Their specialty is siege warfare and the reduction of fortified positions, which made them natural rivals of the Imperial Fist even before the heresy. Iron Warriors are also fierce close-range fighters, comparing their ferocity to the Berserkers of the World Eater's Traitor Legion, or even the Loyalist Blood Angels. They make common use of slave soldiers as cannon fodder to wither the ammunition supplies of the besieged and to locate the positions of enemy gun emplacements. Like the Iron Hands, they use bionics, often to replace mutated or missing limbs. Petrarbo has remained on Menjengard, while his legion both continues the long war while warbands periodically battle one another. Their grudge against the Sons of Dorn has, however, endured the long millennia, and even now the Iron Warriors take great pleasure in tearing down the defenses of the Imperial Fist. The Alpha Legion, led by Alpharius. They do not have a known home base, or which forces of chaos they follow. The Alpha Legion were renowned as the most secretive of all the legions. The legion's most closely guarded secret, unbeknownst to all but a few outside the legion, is that they have 2 Primarchs, Alpharius and his twin Omegon, sometimes referred to collectively as just Alpharius Omegon. The Alpha Legion's veterans are experts in infiltration, covert operations, and manipulating events in their favor without revealing themselves or engaging in open warfare. Alpha Legionaries have been known to disguise themselves even as loyalist space marines. Their armies also contain regular humans known as operatives. In the aftermath of the Horus Heresy, the Alpha Legion did not retreat to the Eye of Terror like the other traitor legions. Instead, they moved on to the Galactic East, following new objectives of their own. Whether or not brought into battle with the Ultramarines was one of these objectives is unknown, but it has occurred all the same. The Night Lords. They have no one leading them, no home planet that they call their own, and do not follow any of the forces of chaos. The Legion had turned traitor during the Horus Heresy, after which it had fought its way across Imperial space in a bloody campaign that culminated with the death of their Primarch Conrad Cruz at the hands of an Imperial assassin. Since the loss of their Primarch, the Night Lords have based themselves in the Eye of Terror and now operate as a fragmented terror force who seem to go to war only to slaughter or acquire material possessions. While most certainly Chaos Space Marines, the Night Lords scorn all forms of faith and respect only temporal and material power. Indeed, many of them consider themselves free of the taint of chaos and despise those that deem to be so corrupted. Without any true leadership, the Night Lords are fragmented into disparate warbands largely built around their original Legion company structure. Though various individuals would try to claim leadership of the entire Legion, none were ever able to reunite the broken Legion. Alright, and that'll do it for this episode. Like I said, it was just a quick overview of the first original 9 Traitor Legions, so hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate it. Also leave a comment on what Legion's your favorite and why, and we'll have a fun discussion about that. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.